Hello guys, it's Salon again. So today we're going to do the Chamber of Arms. So this is Ozeta. We're going in with Meme. We're going to use Meme for the attack kill just for it, and then Garnet for the Evo Magic damage and also to fill up our Esper gauge really fast. Ozeta is equipped with a provoke. Ozeta is just there for the shield break, for the final fight, or for the less than 49% HP, and then Lotus Mage Fina is for the auto revive to our units and then some mana regen. So Hyo is just there for the chaining with our friend, and then we have an Echo for the passion performance and crypto performance to again fill our Esper gauge down. And then Sarah is just there for the retreat command because sometimes we hit the thresholds, and then Warrior Flight will be our recover, and then he will also be the breaker for this fight. So let's go. The fight is divided into many damage or two phases. So the first phase is this is where we going to fill our Esper gauge because we have to fill a 3 Esper, or we have to summon 3 Espers, and then we have to defeat him also with an Esper. So that's why we really need at least 2 summoners for this fight. Next is, as you can see, he will deal a death on one of our units. That's why we put the passive provoke to our Ozeta. Wilhelm will also benefit on this, or I forgot the name of the other unit, which all you have to do is have a 50%, at least 50% passive for the provoke, and then equip them with a yellow balloon and a Mughal plushie, or the K producer's jacket, which is a passive of provoke. Next would be you need to you need to put raise also to your Ozeta, because every third turn he will deal the death damage. If you think you just have to equip the unit with a death resist, you can't, because it can't be resisted with any anti-death resistance. So for this, every turn, the rotation of Brachium is, first is he will buff himself with a spirit and defense. On the next turn, he will deal a attack, or he will buff himself up with a attack and magic buff. And then on the third turn, he will deal a, or he will buff himself up with a 100% evade to your units. So also we equip Ozeta with a Odin because it has a finger snap, so that when Ozeta has a auto revive and he has also provoke, but he doesn't need to provoke sometimes, but I used mime just to be sure. He just have to use Ozeta will just use the finger snap and then just arms eraser afterwards from our warfare. But make sure that all your units has a 100%, or your warrior flight has a cover up. And if you don't, just bring out Echo, and then bring Mim or team to break his attack. And as you can see, we got the Magi, all of his buffs right now. So next turn, on turn 4, we're going to debuff himself, or we're going to debuff him. So we have to finger snap him first. I'm just searching for the finger snap. So I'm just making sure that he has all his buff up. So I'm getting, because it's turn 4, I don't have any cover from our rifle, so we have to finger snap him like that. Just checking if we have also our auto revive, but it's okay. We're going to dual cast and then re-raise to our Rosetta and then Kiraja to our team because he will deal the death on our unit. So we have to use attack kill, so we have to finger snap first. Just like that. And then we have to use attack kill. And then like to shoot us with our warrior of light. And then heal ourselves. And then now we get the first Esper, which is the golem for the earthen wall. And now he buffs himself up with a 100% evade to our unit, so we can damage him with a physical, as you can see. So every 4 turn he will deal the death and also he will hide himself up. So what we're going to do is let's just use Manatopia to regen our team, and then we're going to use Arms Eraser, and then we're going to take out again our Eiko. We put her back in, and then we have to fill our Guardian's Oath and then Crypto Performance again to our team. And then all you have to do is just use Ank of the Goddess to have our Ozeta on auto revive. Just like that. So as you can see, we filled our Esper gauge again. This is just the longest. This will be the only problem for during the phase 1 because of the Esper evocation. And of course you have to be ready. So as you can see, we can't counter him. So he buffs himself up or he didn't. It's okay. What we're going to do is just dual cast and then re-raise Kiraja, and then I think re-raise to our team. So as you can see, Warrior Flight still has our cover, or Kiraja. And then we're going to use Finger Snap. And then Dispel, Arms Eraser, Kiraja. And then Garnet. As you can see, we break his attack again and magic. And then there's the First Pain again. If you break his attack, Brachium doesn't deal that much of damage, but if you don't, I'm pretty sure your tank will die because he has at least 5,000 attack, passive attack. So we're now turn 7. What we need is we're going to use again summon Espers or Esper gauge. So we just have to Blessing of the Rift Giver again. I'm just checking for if we have our auto revive. So we put re-raise and then Kiraja to our team. And then Wireflight will just use Slightest with us because it's the 7th turn, we don't have any cover up. And we filled our next Esper gauge. Oh, we haven't. It's on turn 8. So again, Assassin Anticipation. So he increased his magic and defense. But it's okay. What we're going to do now is just finger snap him and then put Arms Eraser again. You have to use dual cast, Akiraja, and then re-raise to any of our units. And then we're going to use, let's see, our Esper. I'm still thinking, so we now dispelled him. Then we're going to use Arms Eraser and then Kiraja to our team. and then auto erase to our wire flag. So we're now going to fill our Esper gauge with the use of healing tone. And then I just used a 060p shield skill, but it doesn't matter. So there's the first pain again. And Ozeta died and then revived himself with an Ankh of the Goddess. If you don't have any Ankh of the Goddess, you just have to put erase on your Ozeta so that that you can auto revive her. So we're now getting our team up for this. We are getting ready to deal a lot of damage, and as you can see, we're changing our team composition so that we could chain properly. So we're just checking about his buffs. So for Warrior of Light, we're checking if we still have our covers and auto revive, so it's okay. We just need to get a heal on our units. And then for Fina, let's just Kiraja or Dispelga and then break again his armor, so I'm checking again. Let's see, Dispelga and Kiraja, and then now we're going to break his attack. Just like that, and then let's see what we could cast. Now we're going to chain first with our Hyo and our Regan. I advise you to have a fire weapon to your units because in this way you won't have to have a problem regarding his resistances. So here comes since we're on the damage phase of our units, so we're now, once you hit the 80% threshold or 90% threshold if I'm right, you will have a 99% damage to your units, but of course you won't die. So for this, you just have to, well, it doesn't matter because after he does that, he will end the turn. And then for, again, on 69% of each HP, you can full over damage or you can way past until 69%. And when you hit the threshold for the 69%, on the next turn, not the same turn, on the next turn, for example, you hit the threshold on this turn, on turn 10, just like that. On turn 11, you just have to put you just have to use normal attack to Brachium and don't use any unit or any magic or any of those because he will deal a massive magic attack to your unit. So that's why we're using Sarah for this. So we're just going to use Mime Impregnable just to make sure, or I think I just used a normal attack. And then there's the Command Retreat, and as you can see, I forgot that he has a evade, and then I clicked the wrong thing for our Lotus Mage, so I finger snap him because of that, so that we could damage him. And then now we just use retreat command, and then again Blade of Desert Crimson. So as you can see, we can damage him past at 69%, and there goes the 90% damage again, 99% damage to your units. And then now we're going to use retreat command, but first we just have to attack Ozeta. And then double blade, Servant of the Blade, and then Reagan will just use Blades of Asunder Crimson. And then dual cast with a Kiraja to our team. And then auto revive to Rosetta. So Rosetta will just attack, normal attack, and then retreat command, and then now we're going to deal damage to the Brachium. And fortunately, we hit the 49% threshold. So that's why he transformed, and then he will now deal a 99% damage again to your units. And then they gives you sleep and also charm on one of our units. That's why we're using Rosetta, so that she will be the one to be charmed. And again guys, when you hit the 49% threshold, he will buff your team up with a dark elemental weapon so that you can damage him. So all you need to dispel your units for that matter. So we're just going to get our Garnet. So we're just going to dual cast and Esnaga to our Dispelga, or dual cast and then Esnaga and then also Dispelga to our team. So we're going to click on Lotus Mage Pina and then target our team after he cast it. As you can see, we targeted Delita to dispel our units. And then now we're going to choose Shield Break, and then we're going to use Hellfire, or we're going to summon Ifrit for this. Then Double Hand, Servant of the Blade, and then again Blades of Azure Crimson. So Delita will just will break his defense. And then for this, we're going to click Garnet and then heal. And here comes the damage. So there it is. And there goes the killing of Brachium. I'm sorry guys if it's late. I thought when I finished this trial I already finished, or I already posted it, but unfortunately my recording failed, and also YouTube didn't notify me when I didn't uploaded the video. So I already, that's why I got all the missions. And again guys, don't forget to subscribe on my channel. Thank you for the support, and again please don't forget to subscribe. Bye.